you guys. This is Christina with Leads and Leverage, and I am here with episode 55 of The Ribbit Show. Welcome. If you are watching this in replay, please let me know you're here, whether you're watching it in replay on Facebook, on my blog, or on YouTube. Wherever you're seeing this, let me know that you're here and where you're watching from. That would be great. And if you're with me live, of course, let me know you're here also. There's that. So today I've actually got, this one's kind of a big one. A lot of agents or real estate agents are always wondering, what kind of ad budget should I run? How much should I spend on my ads? Or what should I expect? Or what should I plan for? Things like that. So I want to talk a little bit about your Facebook ad budget today. So, kind of on the concept that what is the ideal Facebook ad budget? And there is an ideal Facebook ad budget depending on the type of ad and things like that. So we're going to talk about that today. So again, if you're watching this in replay, please comment. Let me know that you're here and where you're watching from. And if you're with me live, let me know you're here and let's get you going. Let's help you on this and on this journey, and let's get you starting on generating real estate leads on Facebook. Wow, I am stumbling over my words today. Not sure what's going on. Hey, you guys. So today we're going to talk about your Facebook ad budget. Kind of what's the ideal Facebook ad budget for a real estate agent. Now, if you're in another industry or anything like that, your ad budget's going to vary because it depends on what you're running, what you're doing, and how you're doing it all. But for real estate agents, we have a couple of metrics that we can use for our ad budget. Hey, Donna. So here it is. Basically, you need to have, there are four kind of things that I'm going to review today. Four. The first one is when you are establishing your Facebook ad budget, you need to have a budget that is sustainable. So in other words, you need to have something, or you need to set a budget for yourself that you can sustain over the long haul. And by over the long haul, I mean months at a time. I don't mean, I can do it for 10 days, or I can do it until my next commission comes in, or, I can do it. I've got a little bit now. You need something that's sustainable. Just like direct mail, the success that you're going to have is based on your ability to be consistent and sustained and keep doing it. That's exact same thing. A lot of people don't have success via direct mail because they do these one-hit wonders. Well, it's the same thing with ads. We have $500, so we run an ad and we don't get anything from it, and then we don't have any more money. So take what you have available right now and figure out how you can make it last until your next closing. So 2, 3, 4 months, it needs to be sustainable. So your ad budget needs to be sustainable. The second piece is when you're running an ad, you have got to run an ad long enough to get traction in the algorithm, Facebook algorithm, and to see what the results are. A lot of us do an ad, and within 24 hours, we're looking at the ad and going, I'm not getting this, or it's not getting that, or we run it for 24 hours or 48 hours and we think, boom, that's done. Here's the problem. In order to have a successful ad on Facebook, to get it into the algorithm, to allow Facebook to get it out there, you have to run your ad for multiple days at a time just to see how it's going to perform. So typically, here's what I recommend. This is number 3. Here's what I recommend for real estate agents. When you are running your ads to your audiences, the first time you run that ad, you need to run it for $10 a day for 10 days. Now, why $10 a day and why the 10 days? Well, based on I'm estimating your audience size to be, since most of us are not looking at the entire country, since we're not looking at the entire state, we're going to have audience sizes anywhere from a couple thousand to maybe 10 or 15,000. If our audience size is bigger as a real estate agent, you didn't do good enough targeting. You're doing too much. You're trying too much. So that's a whole nother subject. So your audience size is going to be anywhere, let's just say 5 to 10,000. Okay, so in order to get it out there, you need to run it consistently over time, $10 a day for 10 days. The other piece is you need to run your ad for several days, and some places say, 3 days is fine and 5 days is fine. Here's why I say 10 days. Number 1, experience. Number 2, because that gets you through all days of the week, all potential weather changes, all potential, holidays going on, things like that. When you run it for 10 days, you've gotten through potentially 2 weekends or potentially a couple of different days of the week that overlap. So you can actually get a decent average set up to figure out what's going on. So $10 a day for 10 days. If your ad is producing, if it's bringing in the clicks or the leads that you want it to bring in, then you need to either scale it up or scale it down. And you're like, why would you scale it down if it's working? Well, if you have other ads you want to run and you can't sustain $10 a day on one ad, then you need to scale it down and adjust it slowly so that you could try other ads, but keep that ad working. If an ad is working for you, do not stop it. Do not pause it. When you stop it, when you pause it, when you change the text, when you change a picture, when you change anything, it pulls it completely out of the algorithm and you have to start over completely with that ad. So once the ad is out there, if it's working, don't change it. Leave it out there. Just reduce the budget slightly, a little bit at a time so that it keeps getting pushed out into the algorithm and it keeps staying out there and working for you. And that's the big thing. That was kind of number 4. You can't hop into and out of the algorithm. It doesn't work like that. Once you're in it, you want to stay in it. So you want to keep your budget high enough that Facebook's going to keep pushing it out to the algorithm, which is why after 10 days, you should be able to determine, well, okay, if I'm spending $10 a day and it's costing me, 50 cents per click, then you know that you could reasonably bring that budget down a little bit and still keep getting the clicks through to what you want to do. So there's the 4 main things that you want to know and think about when you're setting your Facebook ad budget. And I gave you the ideal ad budget. So for a real estate agent. So first of all, you need to make sure that your ad budget is sustainable over the long term. 2, you need to make sure you're running your ads long enough to get traction and get results to check the average of those results. So that means number 3, that you need to run your ads for $10 a day for 10 days. And then if the ad is working, do not stop the ad. Don't pause it, don't change it, don't tweak it. Just leave it working, but reduce the budget slightly. Reduce it down so you can try other ads. And then you don't want to ever stop it or pause it because you can't hop into and out of the algorithm. You just wasted. Basically, if you run an ad for $10 a day for 10 days and you just spent $100 testing that ad and it's working and then you pause it, you just wasted that $100. It might have gotten you a couple leads, but over the long term, you wasted it. You have to start it back over again. Whereas if you had just gone through and taken the time to slowly bring it down to $3 or $4 a day, or $2 or $3 or $4 a day, it would still be out in the newsfeed, and then you can slowly bring it back up again based on your budget. This is why you don't want to pause, you don't want to stop, you just want to reduce and increase the budget according to how Facebook recommends it, of course, so that you keep it out there in that algorithm. All right, you guys? So this was actually a really short Ribbit episode. I just wanted to have you guys to have access to the ideal budget for a real estate agent. No, you do not need to be spending $500 a month to actually get leads. If you're doing your targeting right, if you've got your verbiage right, if you've got your picture right, if you've got the landing page right, if you're targeting people who are warmer versus colder, and you really know you've got all that dialed in, you only need to spend $10 a day for 10 days. You only need to spend $100 or $200 a month overall. You don't need to spend a minimum of $500 a month. That's just a ridiculous amount. That's when you're layering ads. But if you're doing that on one ad, not such a great idea for real estate agents. Anyway, so hopefully that helps you guys. Let me know if you have any other questions. If you're watching this in replay, let me know. This is actually a pretty darn short Ribbit episode. I think I'm only on 8 minutes, so that's really short. But this was pretty succinct and to the point today. So let me know what you think. Have a fabulous day, you guys, and I will see you on the next episode next week.